submission. Could be more immobile in entry hold. Also in submission, a little imbalanced in half circles. And for the trot, regular, good cadence. Good active hind leg. Good tendency in lateral work. And again for submission, small contact issues. Small tension in hold and rein back. So for the trot we give an 8.8. In the walk, walk more through the body. Show more over track and extend it. Small tension at the end. Um, 7.2. And here in submission, it gives a nice give and retake. First change clear. At the canter, you can clear 3-beat. Be a little bit more off the ground, more ground cover. Again, in canter, just a little bit more over the back. It's 7.8. Submission, you can go to an 8 for that one, and perspective we can do 8.2. Yeah. Good. Caitlin. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you for this. Look kind of sort of experienced from your side as a rider. You could tell that you, in that way, is used to present young horses and get the best out of it in the situation. I think that was well done. That's also nice for us as judges, that when we immediately can tell that, okay, this rider, she's really trying her best. She will get the best out of the situation today. I think it's a really interesting horse, and also interesting to listen to the story, sort of that he sort of developed so quick from inexperience to doing this 6-year-old. I think he did well today. I mean, with the trot, which is like an obvious highlight for this horse. I mean, this trot, he has this very sort of expressive trot, a lot of good energy and power. And as I said, you really did it well. I mean, you kind of knew this. I have to show the judges right away. This is one of our highlights, and I think you did really well. It's very regular. It has this good natural cadenced swing, and it has a really good active hind leg. And you see, one of the things that is different from the 5-year-old test to the 6-year-old test is, of course, all the lateral work in the trot. And we see here a very good tendency. He just keeps the same sort of moment in the trot on the straight lines into the lateral work, which I think is really, really good. And he showed also some good tendency in the extensions. Today I ended up giving an 8.8 for the trot, but I think the only reason why I didn't give it like a 9, because you could say why not a 9 if you give an 8.8, is I thought you rode a little bit like almost too quick, like too up tempo. And as I said, I can understand why. You know, when you come in, you really want to present him nice and get this nice expression, which you did. But in order for me to give the 9, I would also like, also to see you come back a little bit more and say, I can show this even, at a little bit like more normal tempo. So it was a little bit up tempo written in there, but still 8.8 is a good mark for that. For the walk, now he's all relaxed and shows nice over track. Today, one of the things is, and that's a little bit also his confirmation, that in the walk, and we could see that now I sat here at B, and the first part of the walk comes straight to me, and he's kind of very narrow still in front. That's probably something that he will grow into, with a more wider base. He could be a little bit more now I'm talking about how he did in the test, sort of over the back, walk a little bit more, sort of a little bit more marching in the tendency, and have a little bit more over track in the extended walk today. So that's why I ended up on a 7.2 for the walk. I think he has potential for more, and a little bit like one of the previous horses we had. I think it's a very nice, it looks like an easy walk to walk with or work with. Also now when we are talking later on half steps and things like that, that he is very regular in his walk. So I think in that way it's good for his future. The canter, it's clear 3 beat. It could be a little bit more sort of off the ground, or cover a little bit more ground in some of the movement. He could also work a little bit more over the back and jump sort of off and up in front of him. I still liked it. We had some small sort of moments of tension, which is why I ended up on a 7.8 for the canter. Submission, I think this is actually, for some of these horses, kind of a difficult test because there is quite a lot of movements into it. Of course, now as judges, where we for 4 and 5 years old, we don't look so much into the holds, but we start picking on all these things in the 6-year-old test. And yes, the first hold, he could be more immobile and coming more sort of direct into the hold. He just had, like on the second half circle here to begin with, small imbalance or problems with the regularity in front. And then there was like smaller moments of contact issues. Also in the rein back, he got a little bit surprised, I would say. But otherwise, the first change was really nice, very clear. Then there was a small tension in the second one. But the overall picture I really like, and as I said, I thought you wrote him in a very clever way. Didn't put too much pressure on, besides in the trot that you wrote a little bit up tempo, but I still give an 8 for this way of riding the submission. I think he's really good on his way. And the perspective, I end up giving an 8.2, mainly because of the walk today, because otherwise I think he has potential for more. But for sure, like an interesting horse with lots of good energy and power, and he will present himself very well when he gets into a test. He's a flashy kind of type, and I think for that reason, he will be interesting to follow. So congratulations on that. But, any questions here from you guys on this? No? No? Yeah, we have. So fast. Yeah, what did you do? What?
What sort of pre-training he had done prior to breaking in that he, in a year, has fast-tracked himself to this improvement work.
It's a lot of vitamin C? Oh, no. It's not. The one there. They asked what you did in order to fast-track him. Sort of,
I think he was just very well handled. He's always been quiet, and he was broken in really well. It's just easy to do anything with. So. No secrets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but that is if they are very sort of, they sort of easy adapt to the situation, and they are very rideable, and they want to work, then, I mean, they can. And I mean, and let's be honest, this horse, it's a talented horse. I mean, there's nothing that he doesn't have any really weaknesses. So I mean, he's talented in that way. So I think that's.
We have the next one in at 35 after, so we've got a few minutes if you wanted to work on some movements or something with her.
Yeah, we can. Could we just maybe, because I would like to see maybe for the canter to see if we could improve sort of the canter in itself. So maybe if you could just show us a little bit of canter, then maybe just go like on a bigger circle here, and then just show us a little bit, show me that you can sort of control the tempo a little bit, go forward, and then collect him a little bit in the canter in order to make it a little bit more expressive here. Because what you can see here, if you just go right forward, he doesn't really jump over the back, and he gets like a little bit of a lateral tendency, and then that is why I know as a judge that he needs to get stronger. So just try to, shorten him a little bit also and see how he reacts to that. Oops, yeah. But he lost the balance a little bit. Just ride him a little bit more back. And then forward again. Good, 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 good. And then back again. Yeah, good. And forward, forward, forward. Not more than that. That's fine, that's fine. He doesn't have to react more than that. And that's very good. And then just maybe make a flying change here and then come to the other side. Good. So this is all good. I mean, when we look at these flying changes as judges, I mean, they just have to be clear and sort of on the aids like this one. Of course, we also look, if we are looking for higher marks, we look for the straightness and the expression in the flying change itself. And then do the same here on the circle. Just shorten him a little bit. See how he reacts. Good. Very good. And forward again. Yeah. And then shorten him a little bit. Yeah, keep that moment. Good. So I guess this is also something you work with at home, this changing the tempo, going back and forth a little bit in order to, very good. And that is a little bit what we want to see also as judges, that the horses are able sort of to do this, shorten a little bit and then go forward in a, yeah, and then just back again. Shorten a little bit, yeah. Yeah, good, 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 good. And sort of never blame the horse for losing the balance, or, I mean, when they're 6 years old, that's, you can do that when he's on his way to Grand Prix, but this is just what we're asking for, you know. Yeah, good. Exactly, and if it gets a little bit too difficult for him, you just straighten him a little bit just straighten him a little bit in front of you if it gets too difficult for him to shorten. And then just shorten a little bit more. A little bit more, come. Good. Good. Okay, and then just change the rein again. Do a flying change here to the right. Good. Then maybe just go on the long side and do like an extension, just lengthen, let him lengthen a little bit. And then use the corners, yeah. And then you see here in this shortening after the extension that he just gets a little bit flat and then this lateral tendency comes again. Then you need to just to, and that is for him, you know, that he needs to get stronger in order to still keep cantering. Yeah, good. Then just shorten a little bit more inside leg. Come, good. Just for him, yeah, that's fine, no worries. For me, that's all good, you know. I mean, don't mind that he's doing this because he's just reacting to you so that's not a problem. Good. Yeah, that's fine. And then just a transition to walk. Yeah, good. So this is all in order sort of to improve. Do you use like shoulder ins in canter also to, you know, get the front leg more up and in front of you? Yeah, that's also one thing that I would do with a horse like this, besides changing the tempo, do like shoulder ins on either on circles or on the long side in order to get this front leg a little bit more up in front of him. But again, what I like is he's sort of very adjustable. He looks very rideable, and he really wants to, tries really hard to please his rider. I think that's in that way, and that was why I was not worried about the canter, even though today he was, I won't say flat because that's not what he was, but he looks very workable in the canter, and also with the flying changes. Okay, they might not be 100% straight and blah blah blah, but he just knows his job, and in that way, he's well on his way. It'll be interesting to follow him. It's, okay. Questions or no? Good. Thank you.